Hi guys, and welcome to my video on how to use Vortex. So to those of you who are brand new, please be sure to watch all the videos, take a look at all of the download links below, and be sure to like and subscribe so you can have more content. Well, our first product today is we're going to introduce you to Vortex and how to navigate it. The first thing is you're going to want to download it, of course. So you're going to go to your Nexus Mod site and download. If you do not have a profile, you're going to want to create one. Your best choice in this case is just to have, and you're going to, if you are wanting to have higher content, such as adult-like content, you're going to want to have a credit card handy. It does not charge you more than $1 to verify your account, basically like if you were doing a PayPal transaction or a PayPal verification, and you will need to be sure to download. So I'm going to open a new tab for install. So you're going to come to this window. I will have this link in the description for you. Download, and once you have installed, you should pop up to a window like this. Well, your first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to, if you are using Nexus Mod Manager, which is no longer supported on the regular Nexus Mod, you are going to want to import. You can scan for missing games. You have Floral New Idle Skyrim is integrated. And then you have your mods, and you can profile menu. And then you have your introduction video. Now the introduction video here is an older update, is outdated. So please be sure to look at, I would suggest looking at this one. The Gopher does have a lot of good information. So if you would like to watch that video, please be sure to do so, and that will help you kind of understand a little bit more maybe. And in the event that you did not understand my explanations. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to show you how to integrate your information. So once you have finished your download and your registration, you're going to click this button here, log in or register. I am already previously logged in and I stay logged in, so all I have to do is click authorize. It will now pop up directly to your Vortex, and then we'll put your name up here in the top left corner. For those of you who are looking to download and use mods, you are going to have two different ways to do this. You can click I have already downloaded something. So this way I had it previously done, so I can be done. However, I will show you the ways to do so. So this is the mod I downloaded. It was Crafting Overhaul Remade. You have two different ways to do this. You have Vortex and Manual. We'll show you how. We'll go ahead and go through the manual way, because if you click Vortex, it'll automatically pop up your Vortex, and it will show your Vortex downloaded. And it will show it right here where it downloaded. As you can see, I have a progress bar for where I've downloaded most recently. This was a long time ago. This is today. And you notice that it drops. So now, we're going to go through Manual. Manual will pop. I have it to where it pops up as a new tab, but you can have it pop up where it doesn't pop up. So I personally put mine in on a separate drive, simply for the fact that if I do not, it could possibly corrupt your data. And as you can see here, this is not a good one, so you're going to want .rar, because it's going to be your best choice for file types, or 7-zip. Either way, both are good. However, RAR is going to be your best one. It likes RAR better. It does not like .7. So as you can see, it has it here, but for some reason, doing a direct download from Vortex works a lot better. So now we are going to go ahead and install. So I'm going to click this button right here for install. It'll pop up, hit extracting, and then it will show you. It'll turn green, when it is done installing. Once it's turned green, it'll ask you to enable, which you can click enable up here, or in the event that you have a lot of them up being installed at one time and you don't click enable, they will pop up here as disabled but enabled. So as you can see, I'm not clicking up here, so I'm going to hit dismiss. So I have two here that are installed but are no longer active, so I will click this button to enable it, and it will ask me to deploy. I'm going to go ahead and remove this prisoner part fix because I don't need it. Now, deleting archive will remove it entirely from your history. It will no longer be in your downloads file. And you can see what is uninstalled by clicking the uninstall button. So as you can see, I have this one. I have 3 uninstalled. So I'm going to go ahead and right click and remove. It will ask you to delete archive. By deleting the archive, it will no longer show up at all in your files. It should remove everything about it. So as you can see, it's deploying and it's checking for external changes. This is where if you clean a file using TS5 edit, which is in another video, then it will show these as changes on the system. You will confirm the changes, and then it will finish deploying. Now, to sort your load order, as you can see, you hit deploy now, mod index load order, and you can search for any specific file. I personally always look for the disabled, like see right here, CWIOO patch AIO. I don't need this patch. For some reason it downloaded and it's saying that I'm missing it. So it's a College of Winterhold patch for 2 different ones, and I did not have the other file, so I did not need this patch. I didn't know why. I thought it automatically did it. So here we go. Here's what's going to happen. So we're going to show this. Alright, so as you can see, there is a conflict between these 3 programs. Mostly between Complete Crafting Overhaul and these 2 programs. However, it's easy to fix. You have 2 options that you can do here. You can do the drag and drop method, which is where you click this little button right here, and you drag it to here, and then it'll ask you what you want to do with it. I personally do not like doing that because that can accidentally click to a different one that you don't want to do. So I always click the lightning bolt. So as you can see, it's saying Static Mesh Improvement Mod and Clothing and Clutter Fix. Complete Crafting there is a form of clothing and clutter that you can have. So I would always, but this is for Complete Crafting general. This is a general overall fix. So you're going to want to load this before the clothing and clutter fixes, because this is a generic mod, while this clothing and clutter fixes is specific. Static Mesh is definitely a generic, so you're going to load it after. So with Crafting Overhaul after Static Mesh and then before clothing and clutter fixes, you will have a straight line. However, let's say for example that clothing clutter fixes, well, let's just go ahead and save this real quick. So as you can see, they're all gone. So we're going to show conflict. Let's go back to the crafting alchemy. So as you can see, there's a ruin clutter fix. So let's go to ruins and clutter fix. So we're going to apply that. Ruins clutter fix. Alright, so we're going to click this little button again. So now, as you can see, we know that Complete Alchemy and Cooking Overhaul has rules because of this little box right here. That's referencing. Complete Alchemy is before Ruins and Clutter Fix. However, if I click Load Before, hit Save, I should pop up. Nope, excuse me. Load after. And this is where I'm saying that you can accidentally cause conflicts if you don't notice it. So as you can see, it says Rule Contains Cycles. The only way to fix this is by going to the mod that you know that you just did. It's going through and clicking these little lightning bolts in finding the conflict. So here, I'm going to click no rule. If you click no rule and then you see a little box pop up, that's the one that you know that you had an issue with. So be sure to pay attention to whatever it is that you're working on. Click save. Dismiss. Save. Alright, so I should no longer have any mods changes. I'm going to hit deploy, and it should show, it will do all of the downloads you need. So, oh, here's one. I forgot to do this one. So I'm going to install left hand rings modified. Basically what this does is it adds a ring slot to your left hand. And it makes it easier for you, basically allows you to put on more than just one ring. Which I never understood why you can only put one ring on to begin with, but so there's also another mod called Unlimited Rings and Amulets, which all it really does, it's really awesome for those of you who can get low level enchantments but can't get okay, so we're going to go ahead and do a static mesh mod improvement because I have that installed. First person view, ring icon. I don't have this one, so we're good. And finish. So it should finish installing and ask me to enable. So I'm going to hit enable. It's got a lot of plugins, so we're going to go ahead and hit enable all. And that is basically how you install a mod and deploy. You can click right here to launch your game, or you can go to your Steam folder, click your game to install. Well guys, I hope that was very helpful, and if you need anything, if you need any specifics on how to find an issue and compatibility, most of the time that if you have a general rule, such as static mesh improvements, a general mod such as static mesh improvement mod, and then you have something that does something such as the harvest overhaul or the flora fix or the Skyrim flora overhaul, you're going to want to put the specific after your general change, such as static meshes. It even tells you to let the other one override it, which means put it before the other one. So when you have files that are conflicting, see which one is generic versus a specific, and if they reference the same kind of thing, such as the clothing mod and the crafting mod, the crafting mod needs to go first before the other mod. In some cases, one mod will have the other already put into it, and that is where you use the next tool, which will be called Load Order Optimization Tool, of which I will show you how to use that in another video. I hope if there is anything that y'all have issues with Vortex, please let me know. If you have Nexus Mod Manager and you're trying to import over, please let me know how that goes, and let me know what issues and compatibility, what issues you have with it, because so that way I can integrate it into another video. I will try to find Nexus Mod Manager so I can test it out myself and see how well it works. But in all honesty, I'm pretty sure that I'm going to stick with Vortex. So if you have anything, please let me know. If not, that's fine too. Thank you very much for watching. Y'all have a very wonderful evening.